Hey y'all, I'm back with my tea. But I want to talk about compatibility and relationships. And I say this because I've been as y'all know, I've been in my relationship for almost 8 months now. But previous to this, I was in a relationship for 11 years and it didn't work out. And just like not even comparing the relationships, but just comparing myself in those relationships, I realized that I wasn't compatible with my previous relationship, the person who I was in a relationship previous with. Like, yes, we had things, we were similar and you know, liked similar things, and we enjoyed each other. And you talk about compatibility and like building a life together and growing together, like we didn't have that because I feel like we were on two different pages. And I was trying to, and not saying that he wasn't trying to build his life or he wasn't trying to get his shit together, because I believe he wholeheartedly wanted to, just didn't know how to, and didn't want to ask for help, or didn't, you know, he wasn't humble enough to do the things necessary in order to build a life with someone. And so and I think that's the main reason like why we broke up. Like, it wasn't no abuse, it wasn't no you know, cheating. As far as I know, it wasn't no cheating or anything like that. It was just that we didn't see the future in the same way. And so it was like, and so me being the person that I am, because I'm always trying to like better myself and improve myself, and I'm trying to build generational wealth. I ain't trying to be stuck in the same spot for forever. And like I said, we was together for 11 years, and in that 11 years, I grew. You know, as far as work, I always had a job, was never, you know, not without a job, but just like education wise, just like learning about myself wise, just growing, like got me a building. I'm trying to build something for my kids, right? And I felt like just being in that relationship, I was stuck. Like there was no movement as far as us planning a future together. There was no movement, even though we was in the relationship for 11 years. So I was there because I'm not the type of person that, like, when we got together, of course he had a job, he was doing his thing, it was fine. So I'm not the type of person to leave you when you no longer had what you had, because people go through shit happens, and as long as we can communicate and we can be there for each other, and then, you know, get back on your shit, I'm gonna be there in your corner as long as you need me to. But if you're not trying to do anything to get back on the right track, if you're not like taking steps, whatever those steps may be, to better your life or to help or like be successful, then how long do you expect somebody to stay in a relationship with you, whether you married, you know, just dating, engaged, whatever the situation may be? If you don't have an active partner participating in the relationship, there is no relationship. If you're not actively trying to do better and engage with your partner and figure out what you can do to help or how you can help, even if, you know, it's not financially right now, you have other things that you can do to help your partner out. So if I'm the breadwinner and we have kids, then you should be taking care of the kids. Or if you're the breadwinner and I'm not working, then I should be taking care of the kids. Like, it should be a partnership, and we didn't have that. It's like it just didn't work out. But I go back to that because even outside of just us being in a relationship, like, we really didn't really have anything in common that could keep us close together. Like, he did his thing outside and whatever, and I'm a family person, so I'm big on family, so I spend most of my time with my family, and that's just how we are. We have parties, we go to each other's houses, we kick it, we go out, and isn't close with his family like that, and so that kind of like put a strain on our relationship, because if I don't want to be in the house all the time, and he don't want to be in the house all the time, but he don't want to be over there with my family, and he didn't kick it with his family like that. So that kind of put a divide between us. And so when I talk about compatibility, like, you have to not say that you have to be with your partner all day, every day, but you have to have some type of engagement with each other, because if you don't, then you're basically just living two separate lives. And you have to, and I like, for me, like with the relationship I'm in now, like, we have a lot of stuff in common, like music, movies, like just life goals, like how we feel about certain things, just being creatives, like he do music, I do poetry. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that we have in common, that we can talk about and that we can relate to, and that I enjoy being, in his presence, and vice versa. But I think that a lot of the times when people are in relationships, they have separate hobbies, like totally separate lives. And a lot of the times they are living two separate lives. Like, okay, if you with someone who likes basketball and you don't necessarily like basketball, you need to try to at least be somewhat engaged in what they do. You don't have to necessarily participate all the time, or you don't necessarily have